It is April. No. Hi everyone, I'm April and you're watching the Tangled Cat Speaks, and this is episode number 15, and we are in April. April is in full swing. We've got spring going on right now, and here in New Mexico that means a lot of wind, so you're probably going to hear it in the background. It's crazy out here. Crazy. So yeah, don't go outdoors a whole lot. So, I have a, dang it, I dropped my ball. Woo, saved it. So I had started the Brown Bagging It Sock Club at the beginning of the month, and I also I'm putting these socks in the Grocery Girls. Their theme is for stripes, and I lucked out because the yarn that I had chosen was this yarn that I talked about a lot last week, and that was before I even knew that they were doing stripes, I believe. So this was the larger ball made into 2 mini skeins of this size. Here's the other one. You can see I've gotten through quite a bit, and these are, well, this is my sock, and I was doing a vanilla sock on a 9-inch circular. Let me pull that back. The toe is a completely different yarn. This is the Pandia's Jewels in the mermaid colorway, but the other yarn, starting here at the blue and coming up, and it'll eventually go into the orange and yellow, is from the Yarn Therapist on Etsy. So I've gotten pretty far, and you can see these weapons here, dangerous objects sticking out. I've already decided to cut in my heel, and I followed the instructions that I got off of the Kirby Werby video for Afterthought heel, and it worked perfect. So I've got it all picked up in the Pandia's yarn, and the reason why I didn't wait until the end is because I wanted to make sure that when I get long enough into my son's leg that I wasn't going to have to, I might have to do increasing in the stitch count, just because it might get to where his calf is, and I don't know if I'm going to have to do a lot of shaping there. So I figured we'll put in the heel, try it on, and then go from there to see if we have to do anything more. I don't think so. He's got kind of straight legs, so I think it'll work out. But I've got all my markers here. All these cool little markers. I like these. I like these because they're thin, and you can use them as progress keepers, or you can put them as actual stitch markers, and they're thin, so they're not bulky. They don't get in the way. I like them. So I'm just going to keep on, I'm going to finish this heel, have my son try the sock on, and then continue knitting from there. Then I'll have all my notes ready for the second sock for this one. So I'm super excited. They're going really quick when I actually sit down and have a chance to knit on them, but I have been working on a few other things as well. And I'm surprised I've gotten this far because I have been doing a lot. You can see behind me, let me see if I can move that a little bit. I've got my Garden of Allah shawl finally all blocked and the ends tucked in. You can see that I only did the one color. I had been talking about doing the border in the second color that I had of a worsted weight, but as I got closer to the end, I realized that I had plenty of the Miss Babs yarn, the whimsical color, and I still have quite a bit of it left. And so I didn't break into the Malabrigo Rios yarn at all. So, and this is actually really big. I think I might have been able to get another repeat of the border, one more repeat of the border with this, but I didn't want to push it that much because I hate knitting back. I hate ripping out if I have to. I don't like it. But this actually is huge. It is so big and I love it. It's worsted weight, but it doesn't feel like anything because of all of the lace. Now, I knew from the beginning that this colorway, the whimsical colorway on the Yowza, is it Yowza or Wowza? I think it's Yowza, from Miss Babs, I knew that this colorway was going to be very busy and was probably going to compete with all of the lace, which was fine. I didn't really mind. I just wanted a big, airy, worsted weight shawl, and I couldn't resist all these colors. And it's just so pretty. Absolutely pretty. I love the pale pinks and the greens and blacks and purples. It's just so beautiful. I love it. And so there it is. That's my Garden of Allah shawl. Yay! All done. So with that yarn, I'm not going to get this back on the way I had it. With the yarn that I had left, the Miss Babs and the Malabrigo, I was thinking of making a worsted weight hat. So I don't know how I'm going to combine these yet. I'm thinking maybe do some stranded color work. Oh, no, I'm lying. I think I found, if I remember correctly, I was looking at a hat that had a little bit of mosaic knitting. So most of the hat will be in this, but there'll be a stripe of a mosaic pattern using this. And what I also chose to do is, because this does have some really pale pinks in it, I bought one of the faux fur pom-poms. I'm waiting for that to come in. So I thought that would look cute it's a pale pink faux fur pom-pom to match this, which is going to be part of the mosaic color work up against this greenish grayish color. I'm shedding. So that's what I'm going to plan. That's what I'm planning to do with that. And I just got to find my 16-inch circulars. I have no idea what I did with those things. They got to be somewhere, but it just means I got to look harder. So those are things that I've been working on. I did tell you that I was working on the Impressionists MCal with Helen Stewart, and I had showed you my 3 colors, the light, the medium, and the dark. I only have 2 of them with me right now. I left the other one in the other room, but these are the 2. This is the medium color, and this is my darkest color. And without showing you the pattern too much, this is my lightest color. So these were all Pandia's Jewels on her snug base, and I am loving this shawl. I love it so much. I can't even tell you how much fun I'm having knitting it. And I am actually caught up on the knit along, sort of. The second clue just came out. I haven't started on the second clue, but it literally just came out. So I want to work on that this week. But I don't want to show you what it actually looks like yet, because it is a mystery knit along, and I don't want to spoil it as the mystery is still going on. But I am going to show you the other MCal that I was knitting on, and that is the Turbulence shawl by Josh Reichs-Rubinski. Now, the only reason why I'm going to show this is because I'm still on clue 1. Actually, no, I'm lying. I just finished clue 1. It's about to start clue 2. The whole MCal is done. There's 4 clues and it's done. Everybody's done. I got so behind on this thing, but I'm loving it and I'm taking my time, and I'm not sad that I'm behind. But that just means that I can show you where I'm at and show you what it looks like so far. So if you are still knitting yours, spoiler alert, but basically the shawl, the MCal is done. So this is clue 1, and oh my goodness, I am digging it. So the multicolored yarn in here was one that I didn't really know the name. They called them, the brand was called Indie Dyer, but I don't know if that was like a company that sold indie dyed yarns from way back when, or if that was the actual name of the brand, the people who dyed it. I have no idea. I can't find any more information on that yarn anymore. When I go to the website, it just says invalid. But this is the Aztec Ruins colorway. This here, this gold, is the Guinness colorway from Three Irish Girls on their older Adorn base. And then I've got the Stroll Knit Picks Stroll in the eggplant colorway. And I am having so much fun with this shawl. I'm so excited, and I love how purple and orange to me is just a fun combination. I love putting purple and orange together. And then I think that the gold really makes it just brings it together. I don't know. I love it. It's definitely different. Both of these shawls are very different than my normal greens and blues and grays. So I'm having a good time with it. It's definitely something different for me. And I have peeked at some of the finished shawls, and I think I'm going to really enjoy this one. Like I said, I really enjoy Josh's ideas for color work and shaping and construction is just all very interesting to me. I really like what he does, and so I was excited to do this one whenever I had already finished the color strike shawl that he did. So when I saw this mystery knit along for the Turbulence, I was super excited to get in on that. So now that I am caught up with this monster, I'm going to get to work on the two mystery knit alongs together. And my sock, I think that my sock is just going to be I'm going to carry it around, you know, if I go to my son's track meets. I've been knitting it. That's where I've been knitting it, is at track meets for my son. I've been getting quite a bit of knitting done there. So most of my home knitting is going to be on these two shawls. And then, you know, whenever I'm out and about is going to be knitting my vanilla socks. It'll be super easy. So that's exciting. I've got those two coming up. Hopefully I can get those done real soon. Well, the Impressionist one, you know, I think that one's still got a couple more weeks to go, but I'm pretty sure it should be done by the end of the month. This one I really want to get done because I'm way behind, and I'm not sad about it, and I'm not trying to rush myself, but I'm excited to get it done because everybody else's just looks so nice. Super excited. So speaking of me and not being able to keep up with mystery knit alongs, a while back, and I don't know if it was 2 years ago maybe, I got 5 patterns from Erica Jakovsky. She was doing a series of shawls, the Elemental series she called it, and she was doing the 4 elements and then a 5th element. So she came up with patterns for air, earth, water, fire, and then the 5th one that she picked was, or that she decided to do, was called the Philosopher's Stone. I did 2 of them. I finished 2 of them, and I'll show you one right now. The one that I didn't bring right now is the Earth shawl, and I'll show that another time. Beautiful, beautiful. Mine came out smaller because I used a lace weight and a little bit of a smaller needle. So for me, that one is kind of a more of a scarf with a pretty shape. But this is the Fire shawl, and I kept up pretty well on the knit along on this one. Gosh, I adore this orange and gray. Oh my god, this gray is Malabrigo Arroyos yarns. They're sport weight, and the color is Plomo. Oh, I just love it so much. The orange is Knit Picks Shadow Tonal, and this is lace weight. So I held 2 of these yarns together so that it'll equal the size of the sport weight. But Oh, it came out perfect. I adore this so much. The stitch definition on both yarns is amazing. I get so many compliments when I wear this one. And it does. It looks like ash and, you know, dead coals in the fire. And here it looks more like embers. Flames and embers. Oh, I love it. She's got a wonderful imagination. Down here you can definitely see flames, you know, at least that's what it looks like to me. And then on the bottom, I can't remember if beads were part of the pattern or if some people just chose to add beads. I think they were part of the pattern. But I didn't have, like I said before, if I'm going to do beads in general, for the most part, I like my beads to stand out. So, where are they? I chose red beads. And in this lighting, you can't really see them. Maybe there. You can see they actually stand out a lot more in real life, but on this camera, you're not really seeing the red beads as much, but oh, I love it so much. They're like ruby red. Anyway, I love this. It's a nice, it's a sport weight shawl, so it's just got a nice weight to it, and it's warm and absolutely beautiful. So one of the other groups that I'm in, the over 40 group on Ravelry, they're kind of a knit along. It's more like a theme for the month. And this month is water. Something to do with water or rain, because it's April, and in most places, not in New Mexico, but in most places, you know, April showers, April, you know, all of that. So the theme is water. So I was going to pull out my water shawl, which I don't know why I haven't finished that one. That one is literally about 75% done. I don't have that much left to go. I mean, it's a semicircle, so it's going to take me a while just because the rows are long, but I should be able to get that done really soon. I'm super excited about that. It's a navy blue, and it's also in this tonal yarn, but it's a navy blue color. And then I've got white beads that I'm going to put on the end, on the bottom, some opaque, they're not shiny beads, they're just plain white beads. So I'm super excited. I want to get that done too. A lot of things that I'm just like, I've been trying to do that Make 9 in 2018. I think that's what it's called. And I've got a lot of things on there, and I think I've gotten 4 done since the beginning of the year. I could be lying about that. I'm not sure. But that's one of the things I want to do is finish that water shawl. So when it just so happened that the ladies on the over 40 group had chosen to do a water theme, and I'm like, perfect. That's going to give me the perfect excuse to get this one done, because it's been sitting around for a couple of years now, and I don't know why. I get so excited to start new things, and I don't finish the things that I'm literally this close to being done with. So I'm really excited. I want to get those done. Plus, it'll free up needles so I can start more things. Okay, so I have a dirty little confession that's not really, I need to tell you, I need to bare my soul. When I first started this podcast, all I talked about was I'm not buying any yarn. 2018 is the year I'm going to do it. I'm going to go a whole year without purchasing any new yarn. That didn't work. I made it till April. I showed you a while back, the end of last year, I had bought that these were old purchases. These were the Hugh Local Backyard Chicken Collection yarns, and I had gotten 3. There were 5, and I had gotten 3 at the time. This was the Barred Rock, this was the Buff Orpington, and this was the Light Sussex. I was super happy. I was excited. Chicken yard, yay, yay, yay. And there were 2 others that I didn't get because they were sold out. And I was like, oh, that's fine. Well, then she comes up just recently with a second round of chicken yarns, completely different. So I went back onto the Hue Local website because, you know, I saw on Instagram she was doing more chickens and I couldn't help myself. I was throwing my money at her like mad. So I went back and I got the other 2 from the original. Where's the other one? The other 2 from the original series. So I got the golden laced wine dot, I think that's called. And I got the Americana. So those were from, so that's all 5 of the first set. But then she came up with 4 more in a second round. This woman, she just ruined my, okay. I just wanted an excuse to ruin my own resolution. But I'm gonna blame Hue Local. This was her Favorelle. And these are so pale and delicate. I am in love. Look at that. And then I got the blue Marin. Oh my God, that rust color right there. Oh my goodness, it's not brown, but it's not orange. It's like, oh, I love it so, so much. So this is the blue Marin. Oh, who knew chickens were so colorful? This one is the lavender Orpington. And when I saw this color, I hadn't seen the colors of the chickens yet. And I'm like, yeah, right. There is no such thing as a purple dang chicken. But I was like, whatever. She wants to call it that. That's cool. It's beautiful. And I let it go. Then I saw her white silky. And I'm like, oh, heck no. Heck no, there is no chicken that looks like that. Not anywhere on this planet. And I had to rush over, 1, because this is beautiful and I was going to get it regardless. But 2, because I needed to see the picture that this chicken, that inspired this yarn. I needed to see the chicken. And sure enough, purple and chickens with blue on them. Who knew? Who knew that there were a rainbow, literally a rainbow of chickens? I had no clue. So now I've got all of this and I'm so happy. I am super, super, super excited. I think that I'm going to I was thinking of making shawls with all of these, but, well, not all together, but I think I've decided that I'm going to try to make socks, like just make 1 pattern and then make all of the different colors for that 1 pattern. So I'm trying to find a design that I like, that I think says chicken to me, since I'm going to be using chicken colors. And she is really messing with my head because, you know, now I'm like, oh, I got all the chickens. Finally, I'm caught up on all the chickens. And what did that girl go do? Roosters. She's got roosters. I don't even know what to say. April Davis is just waiting to get paid one more time to get roosters. Actually, I think I'm going to wait a little bit and see how many dang roosters she comes up with, because they're beautiful. Oh my goodness, she's just got a wonderful imagination and a wonderful sense of color, and I'm falling for it totally. Hook, line, and sinker, she's got me. So that's what I've got, all of this mess. And I'm happy about it. Yeah, I think that's about all. Oh no, you know what I was going to talk about? The other night, my son and I went to go see a movie, and we wanted to watch A Quiet Place. If you're into scary movies, you really have to see that one. totally have to see it. It scared the living daylights out of me. And that is hard to do. Most scary movies do not affect me. You know, there's a few jump scares. Those are going to scare me, of course, but I'm not going to be terrified. And it's been a long, long time since I have been absolutely terrified by a movie. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think. I think it was Hellraiser when I was about 15. Scared me. And then of course the sequels of that movie came out and I was like, no, that's not scary. Now it's just getting dumb. I mean, movies like Halloween and Freddy Krueger and all of those, they just didn't scare me at all. I thought they were hilarious. They were just funny to me. But this one got me, and it was a different kind of scare. And I think it was, I don't think I'm giving away a lot by saying that the movie was quiet, because that's the movie that was in the trailers. Everybody's trying to tiptoe around because if they make noise, something bad's going to happen. So throughout the whole movie, I'm holding my breath because they're being so quiet, and there's no satisfaction of anybody screaming, and I think that is, maybe now that I think about it, it's not exactly scary, but it gave me some super wicked anxiety. I was freaking out. It was like, oh my God, something, why can't they, they just gotta scream, but they can't, and how horrible. I was scared. It reminded me of the kind of scare that I got watching Silence of the Lambs. There's that one scene in that entire movie that wigs me out. And that's the scene where Jodie Foster's in the basement in the complete darkness, and she's got her gun drawn, but she can't see a damn thing because it's dark. But the guy has his night vision goggles on, and he's all right up in her face, and you could see her eyes looking sideways, trying to see a glimpse of something in the dark. And I'm like, seriously, he is so up close on you. How do you not even smell this man's breath? He's right there. Oh my God. I was terrified through that whole scene. And again, it's like, you just want to be quiet because you don't want to make noise, because I don't know. I'm that kind of person. I really get involved in the movie or in a book or something like that. So if they're crying, I'm crying. If they're laughing, I'm laughing. If they're pissed off, I'm pissed off. So I was terrified through that whole scene in Silence of the Lambs. And that's how I felt in this movie. And it was crazy because I think everybody in the whole theater felt that. Because, you go into a scary movie and you've got the jump scares and you've got the, crazy sounds and you've got all of these different things happening, and somebody's going to go, ah, or, somebody's going to make noise somewhere in the theater, and nobody did in this movie. Nobody. It was complete and utter silence throughout the whole movie, and I think that wigged me out even more. I swear, if somebody had jumped up and screamed in the middle of the theater, I'd have pissed my pants. I was that terrified. It was such a good movie. I'm not going to say that it was the best written movie, that it didn't have its storyline flaws, but for the scare factor, it was a different way of scaring you, and it really got to me. It really, really did. It's, I guess I could kind of also compare it to The Birds, Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds movie. Oh my gosh, that one was terrifying. And not because it's anything, I had already seen a million scary movies by then. By the time I watched The Birds, I think I was in my 20s. I had already seen a million scary movies by then, but that one scared me. And it was because there was no music. It tripped me out because you can't tell. Usually in movies you have the musical score in the back telling you when something interesting is about to happen. The music starts to get, sinister and ominous, and in The Birds that didn't happen. It's just all of a sudden this random flock of birds just comes to peck your eyeballs out, and it's scary as all get out. And I swear to this day, if I'm driving around town and I look and I see more than 3 crows up on a wire or on the top of a building, I am freaked out. That movie, Alfred Hitchcock was pretty crazy, man. And that's, you know, that's the same thing. This movie got me because it was a different way of scaring you. So if you want a good scare, go watch A Quiet Place, because it really got me. So yeah, that's all I really have for right now. I will see you guys again next week, and hopefully I will have more progress done on some of this stuff. And I'm gonna go and have dinner with my son, and I will talk to you guys later. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your evening with your families, and I hope that you have a wonderful week. Bye. Oh, look at that. Check out the glitter. Gotta rock the glitter.